Right, so push this into place. This literally just clicks into place through there. Yeah, not bad at all. So yeah, that's kind of in place. Then what we need to do is we need to attach the bulkhead onto here. So the bulkhead and the glazing needs to go in here. So this will go, so I believe this sort of kind of rests in there like that, and I believe then that will go up into the cab area. So that will go like that, and then we've got to locate it in those. There's a slot for the bulkhead to go into, like so. Jiggle it into place. There we go, and then that hooks over. So it's a case of screw here, and then that should be in place. Right, so we're doing quite well. I've managed to pop the rear bulkhead in, so that's screwed like that. Okay, with the glazing in place. I've managed to push fit the snorkel. It's just push fit, and push fit the side indicators, lenses, and managed to pop on the bottom. So far, these are the I think they call them the side boards or pedal boards. I call them like side rubbing strips. Right. So we've got a little bit more to do. So this is where we are. This is the step. We've got to now take the interior that we made, and which is basically this unit here. Take this here unit, and we've got to get that secured inside the cab, and then push fit some of the windscreen wiper blades, which is here, and also the door handles and door mirrors. Okay, so not a bad little step. So the interior is wrestled into place. You have to sort of spread these out to get the interior in. So the interior is now pushed in, clips over those front there, and it clips onto that back bit there, which I think we need to, there we go, clip into place. So we are, all right. So that's now in there, as you can see, and two of the #1 screws, which are these sort of stubby type screws with almost like a flat washer head as well. So they're quite small. That goes in on here, and we screw that like that. So let's just screw two of those in. There we are. So let's, don't go too mad, just want to nip up and tight. There we are. So that's that bit in. Next, we need to pop windscreen wipers, handles, and wing mirrors. And so these items here, so just windscreen wipers, just literally push them in. Door handles, it's a case of giving them a good push in. Just going to do the wing mirrors just to show you. So it's just a case of getting that lined up and a good shove in there and on there. It's a tight fit, but you know you have to give it a bit of a shove. There you go. Now, and that's the wing mirrors in. So I think we're just about there on that step. So that's that part, and we've now got to do the next part here, which is the front. That's got to go onto the front, and then it's kind of the back area, the bed area, and the canopy. I call it the canopy, which is this area here. Do that next. So let's take a look at our front grille next. and we need to pop the LEDs. So this comes with the kit, 2 LEDs. The LEDs are wired in parallel, so you can see that. I don't know if you can pick this up on the camera, but you can see you've got the small section and the large section here. So the small one here, this is how you denote on the LED which is the positive and negative. So the little small leg here, you've got this leg comes up and you've got this small bit, that's the positive. And again here, so what they've done is they've wired this in parallel, and they've got this resistor in here. I don't know what this resistor value is. I suppose we could measure it. And we pop these into the front of the grille, and they just slot into place. Like that. And like that. Okay. And now that they are in, by the way, I did give that a quick measure. It's 1 kilo ohm in there, so there's plenty of resistor. What we need to do now is pop this onto the front, and that just slots in place. And what you need to do is make sure that the tangs are behind, and a couple of your number 1 screws. You'll use these ones a lot. They're the main screw, and that goes into there. Ooh, good job it's magnetic. And a case of screwing that into place there. The camera can pick that out. There we are. There we are. One. What I want to do is put the other one in loosely and then tie them up. There we go. So now that they're loosely in, I could just nip them up. Don't have to go too mad again. Just nip them up and a 1/4 turn, because you entered all plastic. There we are. Now the front onto the car. Looks quite snazzy. So next we'll turn our attention to the rear cab of the car and the canopy and the glazing unit. So first thing I've done is, again, one of the handles, just push that into place. That literally just gets pushed in. And I'm waiting for LEDs. I'm waiting for some surface mount technology ones. These will sit a bit more flatter inside, because I've got to put them in the space inside. That's what I'm hoping for. So now let's turn our attention to the rear canopy. So again, we need one of our handles. Okay, so this is our handle, and we've got our main glazing unit at the back. So yeah, we need a handle on the outside here. So let's push this into place. Well, we've got it easier to do so, because they're not that easy to push into place, if I'm being honest. Not when you've got fat fingers like me. It's just about lining it up and pushing it into place. Okay, we're moving on, and the canopy. So this is my part of the canopy. So put the glazing in both sides. So you've got the glazing. I've put in some smoke effect on the glazing, and I'm not gonna lie, chaps, this piece here, it broke. Yeah, it broke. It broke at the top here, so I tried to glue it, and then I ended up with this staining in the top, and also this bit here broke as well at the back. So I tried gluing it, but it just doesn't hold. So I've gone, how do I fix this? Done that, and I've basically fabricated out of a bit of plastic card, sprayed it black, put the handle on, and I've glued that into place. So kind of looks okay. But the plastics on here are very brittle. If you do a little bit too much force, they just breaks. So this actually broke here and broke away.
Like I say, I tried to fix it, but I don't think it's very strong. Tried to re-glue it, which I've done, but it just, this bit here snapped as well, so this bit snapped. This isn't going to hold either. So yeah, tried to put a bit of smoke sticker over the top just to see if it'll hide it, but I wasn't happy with it. So fabricated a new one. So there you go, done. That'll do nicely. That now goes on the back of the cab, and we had a little bit of posting. So on to the next bit. SMDs, LEDs, the red ones. I've got some white ones as well, just in case. So yeah, got to put the red ones in the back, in the tire section. Next.
We've done the LEDs in here and in here. Need to power them up, test them, but they are wired, and I've sort of taped the cable that goes all the way down, so it's nice and neatly underneath, of course, and you can just sort of see the wires coming there and there, and they go along, and they go along to plug. So now they're going to need to plug into my receiver. I've got one of these Dumbo RC X6 DC receiver and light units, so kind of take some of the pressures of the lights away. But what we need to do is, well, where can we mount this lovely receiver? So this is what I was thinking. So my thought processes, let's put a little bit of light on the subject, shall we? Let's give a bit more light. My thought processes were, got this gap here. It's kind of the back end of the dashboard, and well, if I can get the receiver to sit something like that, that would be ideal, because I've got the plugs at the front here and here, so the lights on this side and the receiver functions on this side. That would help. So I think I'm going to need to build a little bit of a bracket, because this is a sort of goes back on itself, and mounting bracket for our receiver here. And I think that the chassis will come here, and then the cabling I can somehow manage. So that's my thought processes. Let's give it a go. I'm going to make a bracket now to see if it fits into this gap here, so I can hold this onto bit by bit. So we were trying to work out where we could put our receiver. So here you go. This is the cab and such like, and you'll see that I've placed a piece of plastic card in there, and I've glued that in. So with a little double-sided tape, my plan, of course, and this is the plan because I need to build the chassis up first as well, just to see, but my plan is for my receiver to sit in there. So that's the front bit, that's with the receiver. So now I've been returning my attention to my my 1060, my Hobbywing 1060. I'm going to use, I said I was trying to use my own electronics here rather than the WPL miniature ones. Probably got to change the plug perhaps as well, because it's probably a bit big, but anyway. So my battery fits in here, no problem. So this is the battery compartment that you normally access from behind there. So I was thinking of sticking this somewhere here. Problem is I've got this here, but I don't want to cut this because it provides, I think, support. So I thought I'd build a bridge. And I kind of built out of plastic card, a little bit like a tray, and I'm going to put this over the top of this so that it'll be like that, still leaving plenty of room for my battery in here, and then hopefully this can fit on something like this on the tray, and it should still be low enough to be underneath and inside, and then we can just route our cables accordingly. So that's again the plan. We shall see. Okay, so bodywork wise, we're kind of there. So just to sort of recap, sort of the front section's all in now, windscreens and things like that are in, lights and things like that are in the front. Interior is in as well, as you can see, kind of there. The canopies kind of sit there. I've not clicked it into place yet because I've got to do the chassis, but yeah, you kind of get there. The lights are on the back as well. They're kind of done too, so it's kind of there really. Just again, the other side, the interior
just to see if you can see. There we are. So, yeah. And then we could do the final reveal.